It started like any other year, with big goals and ambitions. I aimed to make my mark in the real estate industry and specialize in cinematography. But all had a better plan. The owners of the house that my wife and I were renting, they decided out of the blue that they're going to sell. This threw a major curveball for us, and we had to negotiate to be able to afford it. After weeks of back and forth, we eventually agreed on a price, and on the 26th of February, the house registered in our names. It was our biggest achievement as a couple, and things were looking up. In January, I was offered a job by a non-profit company called Povicom, who specializes in social housing. My job was to manage their tenants, their social media, and their website. To me, it was an opportunity for financial stability, because the constant hustle for jobs left me creatively drained. All I was doing was jobs for clients, with no time to push my creative boundaries. But I soon saw it was more. It was my greatest blessing of 2020. In March, the coronavirus hit South Africa and we went to a level 5 lockdown.
The number of cases of COVID-19 in South Africa has increased sixfold in recent days. From 61 cases just over a week ago, there were 402 by Monday. For the government, an alarming escalation, leading to the announcement of a 21-day lockdown by the president.
It is clear from the development of the disease in other countries and from our own modeling that immediate, swift, and extraordinary action is required if we are to prevent a human catastrophe of enormous proportions in our country.
Only essential workers such as police, healthcare workers, and those working in food services will be allowed out.
A complete shutdown of our economy, and no one could leave their homes. I lost a couple of big projects and I was unable to do any shoots. I was left with zero potential for creating extra income. Things got even worse. My uncle contracted COVID-19 and he fought for about over 2 weeks in hospital. My aunt had to do the most difficult thing and instructed doctors to turn off his ventilator, and we lost my uncle Ibrahim to COVID-19. Not too long after that, my neighbor, who was like an uncle to me, Uncle Sadiq, also lost his battle to COVID-19. It was a really rough time. A few months later, we moved down to level 3. The economy started to open up and businesses started to move to a more online presence to limit social interaction. This resulted in a boom in the content creation industry. It was one of the most busiest times I've ever experienced. I was able to bring on a second shooter, Carl, and share the workload and the blessings.
I don't mind if you think you know everything that you do.
Because when you stop learning, that's when you stop growing.
Yeah.
Did you get that over the mic?
Did you learn it from the Ramaphosa or something?
I also had 2 guys, Umar and Tristan, who applied at TAV for an internship program, and I managed to expose them to the industry, as no companies were taking on anyone during this time.
What did you learn?
I learned that I should do videography rather than photography, or both, because I think it's a very good experience that I had today.
Oh, it's been very good. You made it actually quite easy for me. Yeah, communication was good, so like no mishaps. Yeah.
What were you expecting, and then like how was it when it materialized?
So I actually wanted to be very much hands-on and like have the camera in hand and see how specific things are done. Like how do you actually do these gimbal movements and how do you operate under pressure, which you've taught me quite well now. And I also appreciate the fact that you gave me the camera and told me, okay, yeah, go shoot out.
Some of my favorite shoots were a music video for Muhammad Yasin, a commercial for Sweep South, a mini-series for Joanne Strauss, fashion editorials with Faiza SA and Jordan van der Vijver, and a portfolio shoot for an actress known as Vash. After completing these projects, it was also in time for Black Friday month, and I managed to upgrade my gear for 2021. With the year coming to an end, there were a couple more projects available, but I had to do the wise thing of postponing them. I had more projects that I needed to complete, and I knew I reached my capacity. I knew it's better to not create a further backlog and prevent any unhappy clients. 2020 taught me to be grateful for what I have, and it taught me to work harder than I thought was my best. I realized that nothing is guaranteed in life, and we need to prepare for the long term. We need to work with people and share the blessings. We need to appreciate things while they're still there. I hope 2021 becomes all you want and more.